And welcome back. Northstar, let's play. Now, a few interest here I wanted to point out to you guys. First of all, the Soviet Union it did, you can't see it all, so I checked on the wiki. It will allow them to invade every single neighbor and border with that is and that's going to none of these are particularly big. Estonia, Finland should bring, as well as maybe area is part of Prussia. Independent, an underdeveloped region, rural region. It would be a Pomerania, basically better developed, but still probably worth. They don't have all these snatch more focuses given build slots. Anyways, the other thing I noticed is guys have cores on all of China, which can only mean one thing. Taking the focus if they say no. So it's probably very soon till war breaks out. Neighbors, only for them to get invaded from the North, Romania, which might have been trying to form the course. I think Poland, and Poland is just non-aligned reactionary. The focus makes the really just a dictatorship under the Scott. Bulgaria seems to be going that. They're just going. Expand it small enough. Meanwhile, speaking of focus, speed, which towards the end of that time region, if the German Civil War breaks, France tends to delay their focus and be hostile. The monarchists attack me eventually. So France is actually my greatest threat. The Soviets will eventually a threat as well. Force annex Albania. Here, there will be France, which might actually join that. And eventually Great Britain, they're mostly keeping business, I believe. Of course, it depends which they do. Means Great Britain could still be a threat. Now I'm about to suffer the Kriegsmarine Revolt. Waste much more of your guys' talk about this a little more, and I may want to the chromium for it. That's not even because mostly here. That's mostly identical, except that it's been designed by Blum and Bosch. That'll give it high. That's just a one-hit kill. I'm pretty sure. So see, so I may delay the decision designing any new ships. It took me a little while to figure out this does, and under his advisor. So appointing Charles was going to play Stonitz because he will remember how I get the experience in that, or Italians naval raids. Basically doing his mass producing service raiders, Arnhostov, and kind of historical Navy. Told to me because they ally with Italy. With them. I don't know what they'll use to make aircraft. So, all right. Well, it's maybe a thing or two I missed, but I think this is all standstill. I could redeploy a division or two. Kessering is almost leveled up, and I don't want him to level up, but he's good at his job, and I don't think I'm going to suffer any attacks. Oh yeah, there was, since this, I'm going to put him here so I remember. When I attack Magdeburg, I'm also going to want to put him under von Beck, because he's my offensive guy right through. Kessler, that would give him too much experience. For the moment, the entrenchment is used for at least these divisions and the ones in Berlin. So here we go. Oh yeah, there was just an update to my sound software. Some audio enhancement software, and it's made volume is less loud than before. That's good, but it's also bad. I get trouble hearing stuff now as opposed to it being deafening. Hopefully you guys can hear it. You can see just producing lots of Civ factories, thinking long term, very long term. For any kind of naval raiding strategy to be successful, I need lots of ships to actually be able to cut off the British from the supplies and respond to patrols with smaller skirmishes and such. If you can't at least meet the patrols head on, you're going to lose any battle for the Atlantic. All these production lines on fighters, infantry equipment. It's, yeah, well, just to grade everyone. Well, yeah, 54,000 needed for upgrades, and I produce like 100 a day. Not even. It's gonna be a while. another few rough days here. I'm not going to be the most alert, so mistakes will be made, I'm sure. I apologize. These guys need to be turned to infantry division as well. Because if they're not, they'll suffer too many losses, and that means I need to reinforce that defensive point. Where's entrenched? I think they're a little more likely to I can't even gain planning, but there is at least the organizer trait. Sorry, I know these are all kind of a mess. Alright, here we go. I'm going to put off a decision whether to let them take over or not. The coup's already failed. This is really put the decision off until I have 5 Navy XP and I can redesign my line of cruisers. Should have just enough for that. And I could do the same with, or alternatively do that with like these. Liability is great in the destroyers, but I've produced a lot. And these are what I think some people named roach destroyers. They're just cheap destroyers. Their job is to dodge and soak up hits for the better ships. They're useful in skirmishes because they do have torpedoes, but they're also useful for light and heavy cruisers that are the real heavy hitters of surface raids. More likely to get attacked by aircraft too, I don't think. Yeah, these add anti-air, so if they're going without cruisers, they'll be targeted because they have no, it's no alternative targets. One of these, especially a heavy cruiser, will really be targeted preferentially. It has a lot more anti-air, so I prefer to use heavy cruisers. Sometimes with light for their screening, because keeping a task force very small means that enemy will have larger fleet positioning penalties, which will make it harder for them to hit me. You know, 1 heavy cruiser and 3 lights instead of 1 heavy cruiser and 6 or something. It's useful if I'm assuming convoys have escorts. Yeah. It's going to sort by experience. So there was this one last, here we go. Max Schwabenland. Could just as well do this guy. In charge of 22nd Infantry. Instead of, oh no, what am I doing? Saying, I'm trying not that guy, this guy. He only has 1 less experience, but I don't think it matters. They won't attack. Max here is my most experienced Landstrom Division Commander. And I'll promote him because I'm trying to get lots of generals and hoping they're all good personality traits, not just strategists from this. Sometimes they'll roll that, and they were already going to be a brilliant strategist and flexible defender, and they can both. Leader is pretty good. Or a few other useful traits, if I remember. Reckless is sometimes useful if you're just pushing things aggressively. Yeah, Indian Civil War there. Let's do this and take a look. Max Schwabenland. A brilliant strategist. At least he's not burdened by immediate personality. Like this guy is. I may not use him as much, just because that's, it's not a big deal. But does it say he was promoted? Oh, it even says after we start waiting. It does have this guy, even though he was promoted after waiting a Landstrom as well. It's bugged and it seems to lose or not enter it in. Anyways, India. This is actually the one that I did report this on bug, because in the past when independent India had a civil war, the side that was opposed to the communist or fascist one would always be allied with the British, and part of that allies, even if the British were in charge of it, like here they'd be under a Canadian faction. It made no sense. And the devs fixed it, but it was leading to weird loyalty cascades that should not have happened. Yeah, fascist. Interestingly, there are more divisions on the non-aligned side. I think, and more manpower, maybe. Yeah. Which means it's entirely possible that so-called free, i.e. fascist India, will actually lose. They bypass this. Indian National Army. They can't do this because Italy is not my faction. We should be able to reach out to Italy regardless. So, I mean, that's that. They will probably get crushed by these guys. Their generic tree. I guess they get some extra factories. India doesn't have terribly good history. And then, I don't know if they'll... I think they'll put the generic tree permanently, though. Which kind of stinks. They might do this before. Whatever it is, what it is. Can't answer, even if I report every darn bug and make a million suggestions. Alright, in 3 days I should be able to make a decision on the Kriegsmarine Revolt. After I have done the last update, my ship designs. Too bad there wasn't a decision to like temporarily placate the Kriegsmarine to... I was gonna give them what they wanted eventually, but oh well. The only silver lining I can think of is it'll be cheaper to recruit level 1 admirals who I train up this way. I would have preferred this didn't happen though. Alright. It is new. Let's see. Or actually, to save this new. Save. Yep, and the original still. I'll get this notification about producing an obsolete design. Let's see this to it, doesn't it? It is. It's really obvious. Yeah, these are the task force leaders for naval needs. So. There will be use for, and they're so slow and expensive after that. I'm not sure about that many, but I don't have enough destroyers for that now. Let's see. First thing, Scharnhorst. Long 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. I guess I'll have remaining. I do 2 parallel lines. While it's slightly more efficient, I'm not going to be. The main consideration before was getting the ship shore bombardment positions or exercises. I'm not going to be doing either in the years of peace, so I do think I can break things up a little. That's too many users. Maybe one more line of this. Ten these. That's 4, 5, 6, 8. 8 escorts and 6. So that's 4. Yeah. Anyhow. Probably do even more serial production line. I'm just worried about the waste of that. Yeah. Thinking about it. There. Even enables me to, name one of the ships if I wish. Change it up. But, yeah. There's other services here. No manpower being consumed till the ships are done. Yeah. Here. I have almost no experience. Start the purges of the Kriegsmarine of... Yeah, I gotta replace Sternitz first. There we go. Yep. Forge failed. That wasn't gonna have a raider or whatever in charge of the nation. You don't even keep them. So it would have been a terrible idea. Purchase in the Kriegsmarine Renaissance Luftwaffe. I got this as part of an extended program of denazification if I want. Doesn't matter what I call it. That is that I did. These guys aren't gonna fight. I don't much care if they're trained for now. Yeah. Disarmaments had to be replaced. Can't have your military turning on you. Why is it showing this like there's new stuff? There's not. Armored support vehicles. Panzer ones like Traitors. And these. What's even the difference? Did I redesign this to the AI? I don't know. Slightly less armored one. Panzer IIs. Alright, Romania annexed the state Yugoslavia and they left a rump state that includes Budapest, interestingly. Hungarian government has Slovakia isn't, but these two claims on South Transdanubia. Yeah, Yugoslavia did their thing. Actually, both be able to form collaboration governments in theory. I think they're allowed to have Kosovar pad. They have it. Nubia. Yep. It focuses is the point. And there we go. Now, they seem a little more intelligent in that they slightly space their war declarations, I've seen, when they do this, but not always. Most AI does them all at once, but nonetheless, suicidal war against China and all the war dates. And that will pull Manchukuo in. Could give Communist China a fighting chance if they survive well enough. I can aid them via, it's not far down, Sister Eastern Comrades. It's actually quite soon. It's 35. 35. 35. It's in less than a year. I could do it, in theory. Except I'm in delay then the Civil War, and I'm not convinced it's a wise idea unless I see the Communist Chinese retaking some of their territory. That would just be throwing divisions away. The volunteers would get massacred. So, yep. This guy will chief the Air Force, available when you're not fascist. Although not until I have the political power. India is buying some of my artillery. In this update, the AI is a little smarter about buying artillery that you sell, using their factories to buy that, and yeah. Pakistan, Bangladesh are reformed. Where is this? If they can crap. Bit of free India. They might stand a chance. Of course, they'll never be able to remove agrarian society. To that, you need where is it? Ministry of Oversight, which requires being fully independent. If they had done this before the Civil War, they might have been able, even the generic one, but I'm pretty sure they didn't. The AI is not that smart. Okay, Rear Anizlafa improved the spirit for it and gave me some command power and air experience. So that's nice. Air Force now takes a little less manpower. This will prepare me with the anti-Arons I might need. Not repeating the history, but the Nazis seem to think, oh, no one will ever reach the Rhine. Yeah, no, the Rhineland was reached by British bombers eventually, and suffered horribly not preparing it with anti-Arons. So. I don't mind those pots gaining some experience. Oops, the defenses. This is a little overcrowded. These guys are guys. I'm not gonna be able to push that far if the Nazis surrender, so I'll pull these guys back somewhere. I'll let the AI decide how to distribute these guys. But a battle line folds from its weakest point. And if the main threat would be if Finland joins this war against the Nazis and they have put some divisions here, I don't want them attacking out. I may move these later. I don't care that much. Just strategic redeploy, that's all I ask. To improve the supply situation here, I did. After all, what's good having a bunch of reserves if attacked, if they're doing terrible in supplies. That may be that. I'll stick them here to discourage any attacks this way, especially I might just train these guys to regular. And for where I could use local supply, I shift up divisions near Rostock. Or up here, yeah, Hamburg. That's probably a better pricing. More divisions. Also closer to Berlin, less straining on my supply network. Train right here. Should run the rail lines at some point. I guess if I somehow lose Rostock to really bad naval invasion, I don't lose a lot of supply that way. I don't know if I wait a little bit, I might have been able to. Let's see. Might even, no, I think this is just a little too late for the bird spirit. U-boat yards, because eventually I am going to be doing subs. It's going to take a long time for them to get high test peroxide. Subs also really need reliability, because if depth charge gets a crit on them, goodbye sub. Vosh, size 8. It's going to take a while to reach size 9, so a lot of experience needed. Keep you tech where I do. Partly I teched up this way because I'll use dual next set of designs, but that's enough. With all those, I rather need resource efficiency or engineering. Yeah, I did get that boost. I thought I had a research boost. That was doctrine. Some small ones in aircraft. A little early to do these. I will want to start producing better fighters soon. Let's see. Yeah, might be a little bit. Machine guns, and then just small airframes. I using the medium, the tactical bombers of the range at the basic 36 level. But when I get 1940 tech, I'll probably switch to emphasis on small aircraft. I mean, I got good mileage out of modified HE101. They can tank quite a few hits and deal considerable damage. Bombing runs. In theory, yeah, that would have come as yeah, I want heavy machine guns for the heavy machine gun defensive turrets on bombers. I really like having aircraft that are hard to shoot down. Keeps your pilots from losing veterans. they gain, I think, experience from every mission, so see that, or but guns are very minimum fighters, so how many production lines on aircraft? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Some 11. Okay, yeah, that's a major priority. What is this? Even. Fighters are key. If you can't defend your skies, then that should get up to this to help with production efficiency. It's not ahead of time. They're using the boost. Thinking about it, maybe I do want to use it. Something slightly ahead of time. Yeah, engines. Why not? Because you'll see the funding is scaled down if things are too short. So yeah, engine tech and then heavy machine guns. And then light airframes, which still not research institute. How many bonuses they give me on aircraft? Yeah, makes sense. To get that before it was quite not ahead of time anymore. So this. Or maybe I do improve medium airframes. Development mass strategic bombing. I might do. Let's see. Having some tactical bombers with medium bomb base. That would be more for bombing railroads and stuff, not factories. You really need heavy aircraft for that to deal damage at a rate that makes it all viable. But mediums are still good for disrupting supply line, damaging infrastructure occasionally, but hitting synthetic refineries, you can only have up to 3 in a state, and you can always destroy one of them. They're super expensive, so valuable assets. You just don't go for the harder stuff like military factories, tactical bombers, unless you have members, and then you might as well have done heavy airframes. But yeah, railroads are by far the easiest thing to bomb. That and logistics strikes. But I can't assign Messerschmitt to I'm pretty sure, yeah. So most interested in fighter MIL. It's worth noting that military industrializations are kind of like double win makings for the biggest nations, since they'll gain more funding from production than tiny ones. Reserve? When it just gives me all names, small fighters. It's getting close to the point where I can raise a fighter wing. Not there yet, though. I don't know why they're me. You guys have taken so many losses, they're not even fully trained. I might want to rotate this wing out and finish their training. Just retrain them. They were fine before. yeah, I've already got overwhelming numerical superiority. Northwest Germany is closer. Actually, yeah, they didn't have to move. I could just do it in place, couldn't I? Just need to remove that mission. Stop bugging me about the air wings. Alright. Get those back up to regular. Well, that was just telling me the air wing wouldn't do anything. Yeah, I still have massive 5-to-1 numerical superiority here. It's better to make sure the pilots have all the training they need. To not die. You know, with this lower escort ratio, I don't want to risk these guys either. They could get down by enemy aircraft. Where's the mix? Which is breaking all the different 56. Yeah, this was in. I don't need that. Just 6 trucks. I could probably get by with it all. Yeah, it's about put these guys in range of. I don't want them to suffer supply attrition. They're not being used effectively. Just to move in if anything gets. Why these guys are here? It's not like they have a really experienced division commanders or. Yeah, it's because. Boom. I see. Pull these guys back. That would be the logical place for them. Or him. These guys should all be under hell. Here. Or hard hell. I think he's even. Yeah, they even consume less supplies that way. But too many divisions too far forward. Another reason I'm selling this is I don't mind not having the equipment if a second chart breaks out. Yeah, I want to buy stuff. I think that's fine. And they've done their own death warrant. I should mention the reason I checked that focus is I was nervous if the Soviets declare war on me. I noticed it was fascist, not an aligned country. I don't know if it's just neighbors or it's just neighbors, so I'm fine. It's good because I'm planning on joining them in communism eventually. Different ideological variant of it, less authoritarian even than the right opposition path, which is a lot less than Stalinism, but I'm not there yet, and they obviously don't know my intentions from a role-playing standpoint, or that they're subversives in my government plan than this guy. Slowly the Iron Front is reducing non-aligned popularity, which is good. Waiting to do this so that all the upgrades that I do to Messerschmitt can apply right off the bat. Won't have to spend air XP on that. I'm saving this up also for when I switch to Air Theorist, which isn't too far off. Yeah, I've got a 25% and a 50% boost time. What's for this? Oh. Well, if I can get as far as these also plane production, that's part of why. Or multi-role aircraft. But they want something that helps support. Dr. Wolf could have done it at level 1. And Dornier, they actually get the best thing for it. This 10% cap is better than 10% multi-role transport. It's just they benefit a variety of MIPs. They're not so special. And they're jet bomber innovator later. So today they're good. I don't know. Aircraft are more reliable at this. That's because of this. Air attack, air defense. I mean, I think it's because I synergize with the bombers I was making. Could I get him an upgrade before I tap this? Oh yeah, I could. Get a Luxter range. Or even get... I'll get the range built, and that's not a bad thing. I built the meme aircraft for withdrawal. Of course, I seize on these. Get them the range. That's more important. Heavy machine guns. Sorry, I'm like, this is probably the most boring in the world. Figure out what I'm going to do with those. Alright. Good for the fighters. Next thing could push up. $725 funds. So, yeah, I would. Looks like I'm going to get one upgrade. I only need one for Messerschmitt. This, or I could do the fuselage ordnance racks. I'm smart. Select that in the next design. Yeah, that's probably. I should just do that though. No, I'd have to get more guns if I did that. Oh boy. Alright. Thought about it. Thought about some more. And do this. So also ensure that I can put heavy guns and engine 3 in my new fighters as soon as I have the airframe. So it all works out. Yeah, and then when I get improved frames, I'll get a new vest as well. That'd be nice. With CAS, you can put like fighter weapons, like heavy machine defensive turrets on them. Probably not wanting to use those. Well, if they're bomb rack, they suffer very little add production costs, and you can have multi-role switching between air superiority and CAS. But when they're on CAS missions, your CAS will have a slightly reduced chance of being disrupted by enemy fighters due to their air attack value. If you look at the wiki list numbers, air attack helps reduce disruption, not as much as air defense. So defenders are better for that, but you have something, you can have fighters bomb racks for when you gained air superiority into a bombing role. It's actually more effective than it might seem. And people love to talk only highly specialized builds. But once you have control of the skies, you don't need aircraft, these fighters that do nothing but fight air superiority when they could also be bomb divisions. It's really more useful like these if you have a number of fighters. Since CAS don't provide air superiority unless they're actively bombing something. So, I guess for Germany, in the historical route, but I'm going at late World War II where there'll be a lot more fighters in the sky than history, so I might bust multi-role aircraft eventually. But yeah, I want heavy machine guns for the fighters, not for the CAS. And for the heavy machine gun defensive turrets on any bombers I build eventually. I think the light machine gun ones might be better if you're only using defense turrets, but they provide less defense per slot, and if I want to free up some slots for like radio bomb sites eventually, also do some bombing, or just armor plates or things like that. Armor plates are probably inferior to defensive turrets anyways for air defense. I have to think about it, but it can be useful for freeing up slots instead of having like side machines, just having like 2 heavy or 4 heavy. A lot of players in Reddit and the wikis and in the forums and stuff hate defense turrets. They're not. You don't build them for their attack. They won't shoot anything down. You build them because they increase the survivability of aircraft. They add to air defense. It's not their role is not to shoot down fighters. It's make it harder to attack. The fighters have to. Realism standpoint, they have to maneuver around to get out of the line of sight of the ball turrets before they make their attack runs, and thus they won't shoot as many bombers down before the bombers made it back to base. Or in the kind of very lower scale air combat that happens Hearts Iron, not as many aircraft as would have historically been in the skies. You know, it may be a difference between one getting shot down, none in a sortie. Numbers for aircraft are too low in this game, as are for ships. Fleets are much bigger than what you build in this game. Like the British Navy alone, I think, had like 20 ships or something ridiculous as they start with in the game. I mean, I get that the devs want people to care about individual ships, but it also creates the effect of less impressive numbers. You know, big numbers are cool too. Speaking of big things. Let's see. They already got mobile bombers. A lot. Big guns, which means the supercharges. Having enough artillery is very important. A little more expensive, but I already have surplus of gun. That means it'll sell for a little more on the market. Whatever surplus I have. Brakes are very important, so I start with that. Oh, this gives breakthrough, advanced trajectory. Yeah, I'll do hydraulic recoil. I already have it. Yeah, trajectory calc. I mean, I wouldn't actually be upgrading stuff with any of this yet. Anyhow, I'll do that. Then this point I'll probably have next tier. Definitely don't want to delay that. It's only 1939, so I could do it already. That's for when attacking with artillery, which, I mean, artillery divisions, they're not great, but combined with the stormtrooper battalions and a large division and lots of plane bonuses, they can actually avoid most crits, and they're still cheaper than tanks. Artillery don't have to be defensive only. If you control the skies especially, that's the key thing. Historic reason artillery fell out of favor being used to support infantry attacks wasn't because it's because they were very, very vulnerable to enemy aircraft, which is reflected with how much CAS will obliterate artillery divisions now. Definitely have to give artillery divisions some at least support anti-air, even a plane of. They have low organization too, so you only use them if you're already just to bring down your casualties, something more reasonable. suffer more casualties than using tanks or whatnot. The advantage is they're more weight. Oh, it's snowing everywhere. Okay. One of the main things I've been waiting for is these guys are already trained as much as they're going to be. Where are they? Yeah, Hamburg. Like 3 there. Haven't finished the train in Hamburg. I'll put vision in Rosa too. Oh, I can't. Here? And then, yeah, they'll just take the train to Rostock. It doesn't hurt if I only miscalculate for like naval invasion. Have a division slow it down. You know, guard your ports. Hamburg is more about using local supply. Which actually 2.5 or these guys are probably pulling from maybe pulling from oh, looks like I also got some tanks that can't train further. Well, they'll go there. I'll put a division in Kiel, why not? Guard your ports. Put these east. Back it is. Victory point. But I'm gonna put them here. Strassland. Close to the front. Lots of tanks. Tank divisions. Train up without having any actual equipment, unfortunately. It's fine. I need lots of divisions if I'm going to send volunteers to wars later. Oh, they're fully. Stop this and finish their training. Or retrain back up, I should say. I think we'll train fighter pilots to save me equipment, if nothing else. And make the aces less likely to get shot down if their wingmates are better at what they do. These guys are pulling from hubs. Of course. Just too many divisions here. I doubt Hamburg's gonna, under any circumstances, suffer. I'm gonna put him in Kiel. After all, just one was only thing down much. Like to get him for this. See less for supplies. Two. There we go. Yeah, there was one other silver lining for the Navy purges. This now goes. Or is this Bohm before the both on Bohm? Now, if Bohm can be in charge of any aircraft carriers, I wouldn't want to also something that reduces naval antics to carry more vulnerable enemy. So that's a good combination of things. Marshall is a theorist, so he's a little slightly better choice to lead surface fleets, though he is an old guard. But if I want to have him up for some sort of specialist role, maybe a screen specialist, which you'd get fleet protector, which my fleet is like screening vessels, so specialist, not even an expert. He might be a good guy to have the battleship adherent until, as tech advances, naval bombers become more, and then I'd retire him for some better high command guy anyways. Bohm probably eventually become chief of the naval aviation, or because he'll get outside experience from against captives, safety first and reformer someday. Might do that because I'll be starved from Navy XP to the Purges and the loss of Durnitz. Indian Civil War, Chinese nonsense. Yeah, Free India is losing just like I thought they would. Player can make it win, but there's no way that, especially when they didn't get aid from me. Like if they had help, that would help them get more fascist support. And I think if it was an AI Germany, they'd be more likely to end up joining the Axis than getting this. But having party support would mean more stability in this. At the very least, more political power, ability to quickly fill their military high command, stuff like that. Put factories in the south, or God knows what. They usually lose in the Indian Civil War. Which is good. I don't want fascists in control of India. I much prefer non-aligned. Especially ones with generic trees, so they don't potentially get ideas about attacking other nations. I don't think India's tree has any war goals. Let's see. I don't even see a button for expansion. It does have nuclear technology. Generic tree actually has pretty good nuke focuses too. run those. I don't know. Non-aligned India might, because they probably don't have many industrial focuses left, actually have more industry and thus be more powerful. Except the industrializing the nation things, but they have to be dependent for that. So they wouldn't have run that by the time they were dependent. I don't know. It is what it is. Someday convey to create a puppet based on free India, but a communist one. I think most of the tree will be a lot. It may never get workforce in a. Really? Why are these guys? It must be that they're suffering air accidents or something. Keep losing experience. It's going to be a pain. Alright. I know I don't have a spare. Need it really. Not actually doing the bombing runs. Put these guys on interception. Build mission efficiency, they can switch to air pretty quickly if they need it later. But for now, I don't see anything worth doing. There's not even enough fighters to be worth having. I don't have enough air detection in the region. The air spurns make much sense. I need a fighter wing. Oh jeez. What's occurred to me? What does it say? This isn't new. Alright. Yeah. Don't have enough of D model for a new air wing yet. I'll get there. Also, I'm going to spend the fuel on hunting a few enemy craft. Got better uses for that fuel. Stuff on intercept missions or cast and consume fuel unless they actually take off and do anything. If there's no land battles, the cast stays on the ground. If there's no bombers detected, the interceptors do. Must be doing army effort or something. I wonder what they've been doing for focuses all the time. Who knows? Well, waiting to see if I'm lucky, will declare one the Soviets or on the Nords, and then Germany will get drawn in. Or, of course, if they get attacked by the Soviets. Through enemies of the people, which I think gives a national spirit, too. Make it very obvious they did it. Yep. And be, hopefully, I'm not sure what will happen if there's a second civil war in Puppet, which side they would side with. And think about that, but at least make the war quicker when I want to push, because there'd be less land I have to take to capitulate the other side. The Puppet, even if the other side, they'll surrender when their character does their board. I don't have to capitulate them. In fact, I wouldn't want to, because it might lot 3. So Frisia could, yeah. May force the ideology of the re-puppet them as a communist puppet, but I don't like the supply situation at all. These guys are just going to go join. Yeah, they're gonna go there. And it's because the snow made it worse. The supplies, if anyone's wondering, wasn't so bad before. They're gonna go there. And my drive. Yeah. Them there. I'll have them strategically deploy so they get in quicker. This is telling me I could get the anti-sub guy used to be a sub-specialist. Useless. Saving political power for chief of the Air Force. Yeah, and the guy in charge of the 24th Landstorm will so I'm gonna have these guys finish their training, or retraining I should say. When I get 80 command power, I should be able to promote this guy. Getting a lot of junior generals who will eventually see use. I switch to meticulous operation. Looking for combinations like brilliant strategist, harsh leader. We can get that. It's unlikely. This guy didn't even roll brilliant. Worthless to me. I wish you could fire people you had no use for, but just unclear or hide them from the interface better, because sometimes you might need them when you thought you would. If for any reason I had off of Germany, I suppose it would make sure the AI didn't have armies without leaders, but whatever. This guy probably never see any use, but these guys should gain promotions. Protect Schwab and well, yeah, other useful, cheaper to promote. Obviously, They can't get this unless they're more experienced. Said reckless. This old guard can be useful if you just want someone to hold parts. Effects entrenchment. But career officer is nice. Nothing else. I'm really looking for a harsh leader, brilliant strategist combo, or both the traits. If I can get it. I also need some with these. So level 1, what I'll probably do is have all 3 of them eventually fight up to level 2, and only the ones who roll the meticulous preparation bonuses will train further, employing the rest. It's meritocracy. How many short trains still? I don't think anyone's gonna buy these. Or just 4 for sale, and I'm not sure on trains. My base still is up to 80% now. Interesting. Yeah, I really don't need to buff more anti-democratic raids anytime soon. Such high stability. I think the second German Civil War cost me some base stability. Might. If these public works decisions are any good. This. That's the easy way. I guess I actually will still have use for 1 more base stability. Plus 1 party popularity. Just for now, this which is really hard to get rid of. Your thoughts and comments, and I'll need political power for the on-state decisions, maybe public works. High command. When it's probably done with running of this stuff for extra stability. Expired. World tension is now high enough I could support war economy. The war ends. And only grow, I think, with these guys acquiring nations. Oh, they don't faction up the communist needs. They have a mutual enemy. But I guess that would put them at war with China, and they don't want that. Nationalist China. Combos are a little short. Haven't lost any. short. Really? Okay, yeah, I need them for trade. I guess I have to route the convoys for the sales to the British. Is that right? Should just British Malaysia or interestingly, do anything aggressive now. They got beat down once. All right, there we go. Whoops, that was my air production ID. Well, stuff. It's probably why I don't be messing with delaying the Kriegsmarine decision a little. Get missed out of things that no real government would ever miss, because past the minutes, like the fact that it was paying for rubber I wasn't getting, which I dismissed a stupid alert for, because it just annoys me when it's giving it to me over just the one rubber I'm always short. Should give me the you have a trade deal, you're not getting one. I thought that was a separate. Alright. Let's see. So producing bombers, fighters. Oh, why are they support equipment doing this? I guess they did need the funding. That's because they were making support equipment more. I should send them Moiser. I can produce more efficiently that way. Oh. Grow downward bends. So Schmidt is doing its thing. Could have ever wanted to. Cool. It's almost 1940. This is almost done. I should, and this video has gotten to be about 100 minutes, so just about time to cut the video. And in the next one, perfect, because in the next video, this can be into dealing with the aftermath of the Kriegsmarine Revolt. Next up, I'm finish the Nazis off. This is dragged on long enough. I was most nervous about the war economy and not having the war support, but world tension is now high enough to get a demobilization mission, at least not immediately. If world tension falls again, I might, but it might go back up soon enough. That'd be fine. Or the Second German War, Civil War starts soon enough. Wanted to get this focus done. It's useful spirit. Also, once you get these next time at war with a major, that may not be for a long time. Yeah, let's see. Need to be at war for this. Oh, that's, or even that. It's good for. Kind of. I could do this if I really wanted. Maybe. stuff anyways. Regardless, this is Northstar signing off. I wish you all the best. Take care and yourself. Don't neglect your mental health or